All right, everyone, we are back here. This is game number 2 coming at you in the round of 8 match between Donkey Kong here on the Legion side and Hex on the Hellborn side. This is the cycle 8 now of Paradise League Tournament. And we just saw in game number 1 Donkey Kong looking very, very strong here as they execute a Dr. Repulsor lineup in game number 1. So fantastic draft and play coming out from them. We will see now in game number 2 if Hex can respond here and force a game number 3. So again, very excited for this series. I think these two teams are very, very solid. I'm expecting a great game number 2. We have a Lord Self-Forest band as well as a Draconis band coming out from Donkey Kong. We have Oogie and Magnus coming out here from Hex. So last game they had the Magnus. It didn't end up working out for them. They're going to go ahead and ban out the Magnus, so they are not looking to give that over to Donkey Kong. The Oogie, as well as the Lord Self-Forest, making it into the blind band. So safe to say, I think the teams are expecting some different style of picking coming out, so they are changing up their bands. With that being said, they are going to give up the Moira here on the first pick. So Donkey Kong will get their hands on that. And we are going to see the Master of Arms picked up once again. So we saw a little bit of the impact from Master of Arms. He was able to use the shield up in the top lane on the CD a couple of times, the Corrupted Disciple a couple of times. But ultimately, it didn't end up doing a whole lot. The acid bomb damage was noticeable, but they didn't really have that damage threat carry really pumping out the damage, as both the Madman and the CD didn't really kind of get to where they wanted to be. But yeah, they're going to go with the Master of Arms here. They're going to try it once again. We're going to see Moraxis picked up here on the second pick. So we've been seeing a lot of Moraxis lately. Great initiator. Does heavily rely on the portal key though, so safe to say they're going to be looking to try to get Moraxis his PK as quickly as possible. And they also don't want to give that Moraxis over to Hex, which is arguably a decent counter to the Moira being able to absorb spells like the Mana Sunder and the Shards of Harkon very easily. So Moraxis very, very solid here. We'll see what Hex responds with though. They still have 4 picks remaining. They are going to use some of their extra time here, so perhaps they're thinking over what they want to do. They go with a rally. So last game we had the rally picked up on the side of Donkey Kong. It was played in a secondary support role. And the rally had some great impact. They got some kills in the bot lane on the Magnus and the Master of Arms. And he was able to set up kills in the other lanes as well as camp the rune. So he did a great job in game number 1. But they're going to steal that away from Donkey Kong here in game number 2. So going to be interested to see how they look to play this rally, if they decide to play him as a support or if they look to play him as a core. Both the Master of Arms and the rally very flexible heroes. Excuse me. And we are once again going to see the Dr. Repulsor pick come out here from Donkey Kong. So they had great success with it in game number 1, as I keep repeating myself, unfortunately, but it was very well played by them. They're going to go with the motto, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're going to try it here again in game number 2, and hopefully they will be looking for the same results. Hex, they will pick a hard carry this time. So last game we didn't see like a hard carry, although you could argue Madman's a hard carry, but played in the mid lane, definitely serving a different role. They're going to go with the Hammer Storm this game, so safe to say they're going to look to try to sit back and farm a little bit more, get him those stacks, try to snowball the GPM on the Hammer Storm. And, you know, at the same time, that strategy is all fine and dandy. I do wonder if picking the Hammer Storm against the Dr. Repulsor is the wisest choice, because Dr. Repulsor, again, I feel like they're not really addressing the Doctor. When you pick up a Hammer Storm, it's you think of heroes that can really kite the Hammer Storm, and Dr. Repulsor is fantastic at that. He's able to constantly use his ultimate, change his position, and not let the Hammer Storm sit on top of him and auto attack him. So I feel like the Hammer Storm pick is a little bit of a head scratcher as well. And I don't know how it's going to work out for them. They have a lot of crowd control, so Hammerstorm's going to need a Shrunken Head ASAP this game. And he's going to want to be building into items like the Twin Blades, like the Whispering Helm, maybe something like a portal key. The Shogun Head is not going to come at a very timely manner. So I feel like already Donkey Kong has a great draft with the Doctor against the Hammer Storm. And if they're able to do something similar as they did in game number one, where they get the Doctor kind of off to a great start, I feel like again, like if they don't continue to pick heroes that catch the Doctor, they're going to really struggle in dealing with him. So enough about that. We'll talk about the bands. We have Kinesis, Artesia, and the Chipper going to be banned out here from Donkey Kong. So they go with a completely different style of bans. They're going to ban those pesky support slash core heroes that are really flexible. The Artesia is a little bit of a different ban, but to put some insight to that one for you guys watching at home, the Artesia is actually something Hex has been practicing in scrims. They have ran a mid Artesia, and Zanuki has played it really, really well. So they most likely took note of that, and they are not going to let Zanuki get his hands on the Artesia. The Chipper ban, the Kinesis ban, a little bit more straightforward. Just some pesky heroes, really annoying, deal lots of burst damage. Great with heroes that when you already have setup. We're going to see the Sandwraith, the Ravenor, and the Parallax. So I think these were the same three bans coming out from Hex here as they were in game number one. The Ravenor is interesting because he deals magic damage, and Hammerstorm has physical armor. So Hammerstorm is very vulnerable to magic damage when he doesn't have the Shrunken Head on. So the Ravenor could be quite good against the Hammerstorm specifically. The Sandwraith, same reasoning. The presence with the Dr. Pulsar, the global ganks, and the Parallax, another hero that just is a signature Donkey Kong hero. Loves to build Icon of the Goddess, similar to the Dr. Pulsar, tries to get off to that snowball effect. And I don't think they have room for something like a Mage Bane or some kind of immediate counterpick. So they just don't want to deal with it. So the final picks coming out from both sides, we're going to see Engineer into Pebbles. And I gotta say, Engineer and Pebbles is something we see quite a lot. But the fact that Donkey Kong gets to pick that up all the way after the second wave of bans takes place amazes me. I cannot believe Donkey Kong got their hands on this draft. This is a very, very scary draft. If I was Hex staring down this lineup coming out from Donkey Kong. There's just so many scary heroes once they get their core items up. So much burst, so much initiation. I really fear for Hex. But at the same time, we got to talk about Hex's lineup. We have an Ophelia pick coming out on the fourth pick, and they finish it off with a Polywog Priest. So they recognized on Hex's side that there's a lot of team fight on the side of Donkey Kong. And what better to combat team fighting than picking up an Ophelia and then picking up a Polywog Priest. So pretty excited as this is a kind of a different style lineup coming out from Hex. We don't see them run junglers too much, but they're going to run the Ophelia here. And it looks like Donkey Kong is doing a 1-2-2 setup. They're going to this time put the Dr. Repulsor in the short lane. So they recognize the Ophelia is going to be jungling. This should guarantee free farm for the Dr. Repulsor. If all goes not according to plan, they could potentially rotate the Engineer away from the mid lane. But this should guarantee Dr. Repulsor gets more or less free farm in the bot lane, as he will be going up 2 versus 1 with the Moira against the Rally. And then we have a dual mid here of Hammerstorm and Master of Arms going up against Pebbles and Engineer. And I gotta say, I really scratch my head at this lane setup from Hex. I feel like they were expecting a tri-lane on the side of Donkey Kong, something like a Pebbles tri-lane, and then Doctor and Moraxis would be the solos. So they tried to dodge that potential tri-lane with sending their 2 heroes mid against the Pebbles. And then they will put the Polywog Priest in the short lane against the Moraxis. So I think this is a lane Poly will do okay in, but Moraxis will also get pretty good farm. The mid lane matchup I do feel like favors the Engineer and the Pebbles, just quite a bit more burst damage once they hit the level 2, 3, 4 mark. Master of Arms and Hammerstorm, they need a lot more time to deal their damage as the targets sit in the Acid Bomb and they pound in auto attacks. Hammerstorm not really the greatest dual mid hero, as he only has 1 nuke and kind of runs out of mana kind of quickly because the Hammer Throw I believe costs 140 level 1 if I'm not mistaken. So I do give the mid lane matchup in favor of the Legion side. So safe to say they will be looking for Ophelia to make a big presence this game. If she's able to impact the lanes, try to shut down the Meraxes early, or control the mid matchup, I think they could for sure uh, transition that into tower pushes and whatnot. But I feel like Donkey Kong is set up to win 2 lanes right now, so I really like the lane setup coming out from them. And also in the 3rd lane, they will be getting decent farm on the Meraxes. So Ophelia will need to be the X factor this game for Hex. So anyway, the creep farm 17 and 0. That's the Ophelia actually. 11 and 1 Polywog Priest against 3 and 1 Meraxes. So this is actually not what I was expecting, but I suppose this is what happens when Meraxes doesn't buy a hatchet. So Polywog has really controlled this top lane so far. 6 and 1 now as the lane is in his tower. He'll try to recover a bit of last hits, but Poly doing fantastic up there in the top lane. We have 11 and 2 on the Pebbles against 11 and 1 on the Hammer. So the mid lane's going pretty even in terms of the creep farm, but I expect this to pick up in terms of kills very, very soon. We have Ophelia. She's actually being I believe this ward is actually on the down cliff, so I think that they don't spot out the Ophelia. I might be wrong about that, but we're going to have a Rev Ward come out. They're going to get that ward removed right away. But that will cue them to jump here on the Hammer Storm. Pebbles comes in with the combo. He throws the Stalagmites back. They do get both double stunned here by the Hammer throw. Ophelia comes in with a very, very low Catman champion. It looked a little funny there, but nobody's going to end up dying in the end. Both the farmers here in the mid lane, a little bit too tanky. Not enough burst damage on either side just yet. Dr. Repulsor, he is now level 3. He is sitting on 17 and 13 creep farm. He is the top farmer in the game currently at 320 gold per minute, so he is more or less free farming down in the bot lane. I suppose with Rally being a little bit of a nuisance, but only sitting on the 2-0, so they've really controlled Rally down here in the bot lane. Meraxes has kind of brought back the top lane a little bit. He's going to pick up a bottle here, look to get himself that 4-minute rune up at the top rune. And just like in game number 1, Donkey Kong really making a statement here that they want to control the runes. They will camp both of them here, as both the Engineer and the Moira will camp the bottom rune. Meraxes will camp the top rune. And I believe, yes, they got the Mystic Rune here for Pebbles. We're going to see a stun come out with the Stalagmites. Moira's going to spawn her Ephemeral Forge. She's going to throw out the Shards of Harkon. It will stun up the Hammerstorm. Engineer will get the Kegstun, but it will unfortunately knock Hammerstorm backwards. Ophelia is now here as Master of Arms makes his way over as well. Here comes the Vagabond leader, Nuke. The Catman champion will be able to get in range for a stomp. It does unfortunately miss, so Engineer a little bit too slippery there. The Acid Bomb. Would have liked to have seen that come out a little bit sooner just for the slow, but not the best Ophelia ganking creeps, unfortunately, so they won't be able to set up a return kill attempt. Let's see here. Polly actually picks up a Ring of the Teacher. He hits the level 6 mark now. Meraxes is still level 5, so he could look to try to set up a ward trap here, depending on if he's able to line it up. We'll see if Snooki goes for it or not. The Meraxes is very tanky, though, 900 HP, so it could be a little bit difficult to bring down a full HP Meraxes just yet. He might need assistance from an ally. Perhaps the Ophelia could smoke over and they kill him and take the tower. We'll see if Ophelia makes any rotations as she hits the level 6 now. Doctor is very close to his level 6. A missed compel stun here in the bot lane, but not going to get punished out as Doctor not level 6 yet. Here comes a hammer throw as the Pebbles combo was used already on the Hammer Storm. They do have the Ophelia's touch as well. Engineer going to get slowed up by the Nature's Wrath of Ophelia. But again, nobody ends up falling here in the mid lane. We have still not had a Bloodlust kill as we are nearing the 6-minute mark. We're going to see Pebbles camp the bottom rune here. Looks like Hex with the Ophelia and the Master of Arms, they will camp the top rune. But no bottle on the Hammer Storm, so nothing to... Oh, actually, they do have a bottle, excuse me. It was given to the Master of Arms. So this rune will actually go the way of Hex. It will pick up a double damage. Top lane, we're going to have Ophelia make her rotation over. The Ward Trap is successful, and that will be the Bloodlust kill. The Matrix was used here from Moraxis, but unable to survive the Ward Trap with the Ophelia minions on top. They will also take out the tower. Looks like Ophelia did lose one or two of her creeps, so unfortunately they won't look to push the tier 2 tower. I would have liked to have seen them go for the next one. We're going to have a toss back here from the Pebbles. Hammerstorm will end up going down as Moira made her presence felt there with the Ephemeral Forge. And they will get themselves a kill to even up the scoreboard here. 1 kill apiece now. But yeah, once we see Ophelia get the creeps back, I think we will see her again go for either a kill or a tower push. As top lane is kind of a good candidate with Moraxis having the Matrix down currently, but that will be up pretty soon. Bot lane we have, so I guess with Polly getting that Bloodlust kill and the tower last hit, he actually got the tower last hit as well. He's now nearing 500 gold per minute. He picks up the Ring of Sorcery or the Sorcery Boots, and I'm going to be interested to see if Polywog Priest decides to go for a Jade Spire, or if he decides to go for the Quick Portal Key. I think both could be quite good. We'll see what he does decide to go for. And Dr. Repulsor, I think we'll see the similar item route as last game with the Icon of the Goddess. And I believe he just finished his Sorcery Boots. So he's going to have that now on top of the bottle. He's got lots of regen. Mid lane, we're going to have a grip coming out from Ophelia. Here comes the hammer throw, and Engineer will fall as the overcharge shot from Master as well, locking him in place. Too much damage coming out there as the DD Hammer Storm threw out some auto attacks as well. Pebbles, unfortunately, not able to go for a counter kill. So, looks like Pebbles just finished his Steam Boots. He's sitting on 340 gold per minute. We have Ophelia in the top area. Veiled Rot on the Engineer here. They're going to try to set something up on the Polywog Priest. Moraxis, he's going in with the Arcane Shield. He's going to miss the Axe. Here comes the Quake Stun. They stack the Keg Stun on top. Here comes the Mine. The Ophelia's Touch coming out. Now they have the Ward Trap here on the Moraxis. Who's going to go down first? It looks like Moraxis is not tanky enough. The Matrix will explode, but Polywog Priest will survive. An Engineer, he was not interested in fighting all these gadgets and minions, as he just kind of said, I'm out of here. But we do have Pebbles up here now. We'll see if Engineer decides to go for a flank. Does Ophelia know he's up here? He's looking for him. He's not going to find him. Meanwhile, in the bot lane... Wait, what? Okay, I was not expecting this, to be honest. Dr. Repulsor looks like got caught on low HP and he died to a combo. Up in the top lane, Engineer reveals himself and he gets caught here by Ophelia. So, nice job there coming out from Ophelia. Hex finding themselves some momentum. They are now up to a 5-1 hero kill lead. So, they have responded beautifully here in game number 2. The death on the Dr. Repulsor being the big one, as that will slow down his item progression toward the Icon of the Goddess. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, they'll put some pressure on the tower. Simultaneously, Ophelia pressuring up here at the top lane. This is forcing Pebbles to make his appearance up here. Bot lane, we're going to have Doctor use the opposite charges. Here comes the Mana Sunder, the auto attacks. Moira gets credit for the kill. Great job coming out there from Donkey Kong to secure that kill. They might look to try to get the tier 1 tower to even up the tower score. But before that happens, we're going to have Hex rotate their Ophelia over to the mid lane. And they will pick up the kill on the tower. They're going to lock down the Engineer here. Here comes a Morph onto Moraxis. Will he be able to get his Matrix off? Here comes the Lick-a-Tongue from Polywog Priest. The Quake Stun coming out on the Ophelia minions. That was just a more Ephemeral Forge that ends up falling. So after all that happens, only the Engineer ends up falling here. We're going to have Polywog Priest. He does pick up the Jade Spire. He's going to pour it down to the bottom lane. We're going to try to set up a kill here on the Dr. Repulsor. Meanwhile, mid lane Moraxis, he's looking for something, but he's going to get bursted down here by the Ophelia and the Master of Arms. Ophelia's touch is going to be used. Here comes a Slagmite Stun. The toss back from Pebbles onto Ophelia. Ophelia will fall. Will she be able to get any return kills here with the minions. The Hammer Storm does not choose to throw out a hammer throw, so they will not look to set up a return kill. But now Polywog Priest and Rally have rotated down here. Will Pebbles end up falling. The overcharge shot comes out on the Dr. Repulsor. And it looks like Donkey Kong will fall back after losing their Moraxis and their Engineer. So they do slow down Ophelia a little bit, but they didn't kill the creeps necessarily, so Hex or Polymorph, they're still looking to try to force this tower push. Excuse me. Dr. Repulsor, I don't know if he has the glowstone just yet, but he might pick up the glowstone now, and then he just needs the EP start. So the tier 2 tower will fall in favor of Hex. They are sitting on a almost 6,000 gold and 2,500 experience lead. And they're going to hang around in the area here, do a little bit of a fake back, try to catch Donkey Kong off guard. Here comes a Morph from Polywog Priest. They're going to lock him down with the Tongue Tied. I always call it Lick a Tongue. Here comes the overcharge shot. The Moira Arcane Vortex stalling some pressure here. They will turn it around and get a return kill onto the Rally, so nobody ends up dying for Donkey Kong. A little bit of a greedy play coming out from Hex. We do have a Shards of Harkon stun on the Forge here. They're going to lock down the Master of Arms. Body blocks coming in from the Forge. Nice blocks there, but unfortunately, the team support cannot get there in time. Meanwhile, Moraxis, he picks up the tower kill down here in the bot lane. And oh, that was Ophelia picking up the tower kill mid lane, it looks like. So yeah, pretty even game despite Hex kind of in a bit of a lead here. They have a little bit of a better GPM spread, but Donkey Kong, they definitely have some items around the corner that are going to look to change the pace of the game. Most specifically, the portal key on the Pebbles. We're going to see a ward trap coming out here on the Engineer. They're going to get the quick kill. But now Dr. Repulsor is here. He's flying around. He's going to get the one kill. They're looking to turn it around on the Polywog Priest. He has a tongue tied up. Here comes the slam from Rally and Moraxis. He's going to miss his Quakestone, unfortunately, but he gets the Matrix off. And will Moira end up going down? He does get jolted. Here comes a stun from Pebbles. He's going to line up a two-man combo. Dr. Repulsor flies in, and they're going to delete both the Hammerstorm and the Polywog Priest. It's a hat trick coming out for Fa on the Dr. Repulsor. And if he didn't have Icon now, I think he's just picked up enough money for it. So great team fight coming out here from Donkey Kong. They get, I believe it was 4 kills in total as they initially picked up the kill on Rally at their base. So they picked up 4 kills in exchange for the Moira and the Engineer. So a 4-for-2 fight when it's all said and done. And that is going to close the golden XP gap quite substantially. And Pebbles, he needs about 50 gold or 25 gold for his portal key. He gets it there with the toss on the creep. We're going to see Pebbles TP on out. So looks like they're going to give up this tower. They're going to try to space the map. Get Dr. Repulsor regen, break his sorcery boots for that icon. And it looks like Znuki, he's expecting somebody to go rotate top. He's veiled routing up here. We'll see where he decides to go. He might have picked up a portal key, honestly. He's sitting on the Jade Spire, but he's 400 gold per minute. He's got the invisibility rune here. The TPs are coming in. He's going to look to set up a kill here on the Moira. Here comes the tongue-tied. Rally is coming in. Hot pursuit. Here comes the slam. They are going to get the counter jump here from Pebbles, but the Moira does end up falling as the slam actually went off in time. Kickstun will connect, but they don't have any damage for a return kill. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Moraxis is going to line up the Quakestone. Dr. Repulsor decides to go here on the Master of Arms. He gets the one quick kill. He gets the Icon regen kicking in hot. And now Ophelia, the double stun coming in from Hammerstorm. Do they have the damage to bring down Doctor? He's going to zoom. He's going to get the kill onto Ophelia. And now he's looking to turn it around with the team support on the Hammerstorm. And Hammerstorm is all alone. He ends up falling, and it's 3 kills going the way of Donkey Kong, as they are now down by 1 kill here. A 10-11 score. And the experience lead is almost identical. 1,700 gold lead only for the side of Hex. Moira doing everything he can to try to catch the Polywog. He's slowing him down. And Doctor, he gets enough time. Here comes the zoom. Master's Call comes out here from Master of Arms. Pebbles, one more auto talk. Yes, he can get it off in time. And Polywog Priest will end up falling. So Donkey Kong riding a lot of momentum here, as the game is near dead even now. Safe to say that portal key and icon pickup are coming into play. The only big item they're really lacking now is that PK on Moraxis. But he's sitting on 1,000 gold, so it's coming around the corner. He needs about another 1,200 gold for that. Ophelia, he's building Staff of the Master. I think I've said this on other casts. I'm really not a fan of the Staff of the Master. I would much rather see the Astrolabe picked up into something like a Berry Riddle or a Gnomes. But we'll see what time he gets that. Normally we see the staff at around the 18 to 21 minute mark, somewhere in that time range. And the issue I have with the staff is that I feel like it just gets countered by Arcane Bomb. So hopefully Donkey Kong recognizes the staff pickup on Ophelia and they pick up Arcane Bomb on somebody. Perhaps the Engineer or the Moraxis could be candidates as after they get a core item. But we'll see if they look to invest into an Arcane Bomb. Hammerstorm, he's not had the best start. He's only farming 340 gold per minute. He does have the Whispering Helm. It looks like I think he should be going toward his Twin Blades as his next item. We now have the Gnomes picked up on Doctor to follow up the Icon of the Goddess. Here comes the Forage from Moira. It's going to get snunned up immediately by the Hammerstorm. They're going to spot out the rotation. The Arcane Shield is going to absorb a spell here. The Master's Call comes down on the Hammerstorm as the jump happens. Will they have the damage to bring him down? Meanwhile, the Polywards are locking down the Doctor Repulsor. Nice Arcane Vortex to kind of stop that. Can Fog get his ulti off? He gets the ludicrous speed off. He gets the one kill here onto Ophelia. They're looking to make it more. Moraxis getting turned on by Hex. And Rally, he's going to get caught here. He's going to be the next one. And then it's going to be Rally as well as Hammerstorm. Will this be a full genocide as Polywog Priest is all alone? Yes, it will. Engineer and Moira, the sacrificial lambs here. They only get the kills on the two supports. And it's a genocide, baby, in favor of Donkey Kong. So they have flipped this game completely around. They are now sitting on a 1,500 gold lead and a 2,400 experience lead. A beautiful team fight coming out in Hex's jungle, and they clean up the entire Hex team. Haestron will spawn here in the bot river, where Moraxis will bottle that up. He's 120 gold away from his portal key. And I really fear for Hex here, as the Hammerstorm, he's only level 9, 330 gold per minute. And I talked about it at the draft. I feel like Doctor is a hero that can easily just run around the team fights, kite the Hammerstorm. And with Hammerstorm having this low farm, I feel like it's just gonna continue to go at the same pace here. Doctor's gonna fly in. He's gonna get locked down. Kexton will force Polywog to cancel his tongue tie. We're gonna see the onslaught streak come out here as they bring down the support Master of Arms. They're turning it onto the Ophelia now. Zoom zooms are happening. Here comes the Mana Sunder onto Ophelia. The body block's coming in. This should be a kill here as Rally is gonna chuck him backward, but the combo from Pebbles will take out Rally. It's a double tap coming out for Dr. Repulsor. He is now 515 gold per minute, and they will take out this tier 2 tower. Polywog Priest and Hammerstorm not too interested in in joining this fight. We have Veiled Rod here on the Polywog Priest. Hammerstorm, he's feeling threatened up here. He's gonna port to the bot lane. Ooh, I like this. Engineer making a mine trap here in the Hellborn's jungle. We'll see if that can net them any kills. I think currently the only heroes that can die are maybe probably Polywog and Master of Arms. There's no magic armor on either hero. It's very squishy. The other three heroes I think are too tanky. Ophelia actually tanked it, so unfortunately the mine trap will be used right away. Moraxis decides to actually not go for a portal key. He goes for a Shaman's Headdress. That I was not expecting. I don't think I like it just because portal key on Moraxis is kind of game changing for the hero. So on maybe some other strength initiators this would be okay, but I do feel like on a Moraxis you definitely want that portal key to line up the Quake Stun. So I do disagree with that pickup. But at the same time, it's going to make them really, really tanky. So hopefully they will look to just keep team fighting since they picked up that big team fighting item. And we only have the portal key picked up on Rally now. Still no portal key on the Polywog, still no portal key on the Hammerstorm. Hammerstorm, by the way, pooling 2,800 gold, so he might be looking to just go straight into a Shrunken Head. But I do feel like he's going to lack a lot of damage this game, so he's slowly recovering. He's 370 gold per minute. Not the best, but could be a lot worse. Ophelia still has no completed Staff of the Master. We have a Shrunken Head picked up on the Doctor, so he picks up another defensive item. Last game I think we saw the Hellflower, so this game he's really much valuing the Shrunken Head to try to avoid the lockdown. Doctor is going to jump in here. He's going to pop the Shrunken Head. He's going to jump on the Polywog Priest. The opposite charges come out. Here comes the stun from Pebbles, and they will get the one kill here on the Polywog. Ophelia's touch was not used, so safe to say they were expecting Poly to not escape that. And they are going to go ahead and steal the Kongor, so a big Kongor steal there coming out from Donkey Kong. Hammer looks like it looks like Shrunken Head. He still needs about 900 gold. He is going to jump here. The regen will not be picked up, unfortunately, by Doctor. Does have mana for the opposite charges. Here comes the combo from Pebbles, and they're going to get the kill on the Hammerstorm. That's an onslaught streak now coming out for Pebbles, who is 6-0-8. So Slasky's had a fantastic game here on the Pebbles. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Energy Field is down. The Matrax comes out. They will get the kill onto Rally. They lock him down. He had the Capel on cooldown. Doctor flies in, takes out the support Master of Arms. And do I dare say that I feel like this is the beginning of the end? Donkey Kong entering Hex's base here on a lot of momentum. 23-13 lead. Dr. Repulsor about 230 gold per minute higher than the Hammerstorm. I just don't see at this point what Hex can really do. They need the Shrunken Head on Hammerstorm. They need the portal key and maybe then some on Polywog Priest. We're going to see the jump here come out as the GGs are called. The concede vote will happen and Donkey Kong will take game number 2 and the series here in the round of 8 match here in cycle number 8 over Hex. So fantastic series coming at you in the round of 8. Donkey Kong playing very, very well today. Hex previously, I believe, was in the finals in cycle number 7. So they actually get knocked out here in the first round, the round of 8 to Donkey Kong. So they will not be able to unfortunately make it back to the finals, but some great Dr. Repulsor play, as well as team play coming out from Donkey Kong. They are going to make it to semi-final number 1, I believe. I gotta pull up the bracket here. Yeah, so Donkey Kong, they are going to move on to semi-final number 1, where they will be taking on Big Ego Crew. That will be the first match coming at